Yeah. Welcome to the video, everyone. Before we start, a big shout out to our sponsors for today. Foco. If you don't know what Foco is, this is what Foco is. This is what Foco is.
That is what Foco is behind his head as well. Yeah. And also, Foco helped us to block out half the game by using his mug.
It's true. We did block out the screen for the second half by putting our mug, which is quite big, in front of the screen. Click the link. Check out Foco. If you use the code cftvyt15, you get a 15% discount. Not a lot of positives to go into for this one, but enjoy the video anyway, and check out Foco as well. They've got some really good stuff. Lots of funky gear. Very nice. Little Hawaiian shirt.
Love it.
Check it out. Okay, let's go. Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another fan cam after another loss. Chelsea 1, Real Madrid 2. Now, we just lost 2-1 to Real Madrid. That's a respectable team to lose to. I think we can all agree that they've got a great history, biggest club in the world. However, I think that the way we conceded those goals, it's just embarrassing, to be honest with you. And all of the positives that we had in the first half with the intricate play, we did create chances. Not too many, but we did create chances, 100%. And we definitely could have scored more than just the one goal we did. That defending was criminal.
Completely poor. Completely poor. Not just that one instance either. I thought it was pretty poor all game. I'm not sure if you lads agree. Badiashile needs to hang his head in shame. I mean, I wouldn't be putting a Chelsea shirt on him for a very long time if I was the manager after seeing that.
It's been a long time coming. It's the same ball crap from last year, what we're seeing. Not reacting, dropping back, and, you know, the second goal, if you just put in another half a yard of pace, he would have got to that ball and cleared that with it. He could have actually stopped that ball on the line and played it out, but he's literally just jogging to get back. So it's the same errors occurring, and this is what's going to do us out again. Until we're talking about getting goalkeepers, we're talking about getting strikers. Fuck me, let's get a defender that can defend. Someone who's going to put the body on the line, because we've lost Thiago Silva and you want to go replace him with fucking tossing off. That's the name we want to, you know, it's got to be better. And Alex hit the nail on the head. It's frigging embarrassing. This is Chelsea Football Club. I haven't seen defenders of this magnitude, of this level in my life. Just the levels are dropped so low that we need a complete ship out. And where does it start? It's got to start from now. The owners have got to see this. The people signing these players, they've got to see what's going on here, because it's too easy for teams to score against us. Too easy. We were
doing the watch along, and people said, "Which defender would you sign?" You know, I'd sign, Kev.
Fucking anyone.
Trevor Chalobah. That's who I would sign. Oh, hang on a second. He's already a Chelsea player. I mean, when you see on the pitch, Reece James was getting cooked. Colwell was getting cooked. Badiashile didn't even get cooked. I don't know what he did.
He got fucking deep fried.
he did get deep
Stick
fried,
him in the
mate.
fucking
It was
ninja fucking fryer.
He was the worst out of the bunch. And honestly, I can't forgive. I cannot. I can forgive mistakes.
Yeah. It's not.
That was not a mistake. That was a complete lack of effort and commitment.
Yeah, I completely agree. Didn't even need to happen. I mean, 2-1, you know, without those mistakes, it's a respectable scoreline, but that should not have happened at all. If they'd have put their minds to this today, Chelsea could have got a result out of this, and because of pure laziness and
not reacting,
at the back, it just the scoreline was.
But this also impacts Maresca, and I'll tell you why. If he persists picking players like Badiashile, that comes off on him. Now, I don't know what the message is from the club and the board. They're clearly trying to sell Chalobah. We've just sold Conor Gallagher. I think Chalobah's a completely different scenario because I think Gallagher in football terms actually makes sense because Pochettino's not here anymore. So I think that makes sense on all sides. That's a long conversation. But with Chalobah, in a football sense, it's just completely pathetic that we're looking to sell this guy. We were looking at 20 to 25 million last season, completely undervaluing the player that we have. And now we're looking at 30 to 35 million, which is still undervaluing our best defender at the moment. We had Thiago Silva. You said bring back Thiago Silva, Kev. You know what? Thiago Silva wanted to leave because it was the best thing for his career. He wanted to go back to Brazil. Chalobah signed a new contract here. He wants to stay. He grew up Chelsea. He is proper Chelsea. Everything that we say about Conor Gallagher, Chalobah represents those qualities.
Same.
And yet you let him rot in Cobham, not getting any minutes, and you think that's acceptable. Would you honest? There is no footballing decisions going on when it comes to Chalobah. It is purely financial. It is an absolute disgrace. The fact that Badiashile was allowed in this squad and Chalobah isn't, Disasi is nowhere near the player that Chalobah is in terms of consistency. I've never seen Reece James playing a back three consistently like I have with Chalobah. Tossin's never played at a top club like Chelsea. How can you rely on these players? Levi Colwill can't even stay fit for a whole season for Chelsea. How can you rely on these guys when you have Chalobah right there? I think it's pathetic, Kev. I think it is absolutely pathetic. Half of the watch-along, I didn't even want to speak because I was so gobsmacked by the fact that we conceded such a terrible goal. I got texts from a few people saying, you know what, actually, we've made some good chances on the ball in the first half, and I agree with them. We're going to come on to some of the positive as well. But I think that is so criminal. And it's not the first mistake Badiashile has made. I think against Wrexham, Kev, he did something similar. He gave the ball away. He did something stupid.
He gave the ball away against Wrexham about 3 times in the first fight.
It's not about mistakes, Kev. It's about a lack of fucking effort. Yeah. No intensity whatsoever. No drive.
It literally
and why would you? Why would you?
Yeah.
You got 7-8 years on your contract.
Yeah.
Tick the clock down, mate. Bring it in. It's payday every week for the next 8 years. Absolutely rubbish.
And questions need to be asked from the top downwards, mate. And it's having an effect on us fans seeing this shit week in, week out. It's the same stuff. And we've gone to a new manager and it's the same patterns, you know. And until we go out and sign some defenders and stiffen up that back line, it's just going to be the same shit next season. And how much longer can we continue to watch this, mate, before, you know, there's loyal fans like us that are willing to travel, put the work in. But when you see your defenders not making efforts, when you see defenders week in, week out, it's the same shit, it gets to you, mate. Mentally, it's draining. I'm just got no words for it. And we have been calling out for things to change, but it's not going to happen, mate. This is it. This is Chelsea now. It's too late.
Me and Kev were talking at half-time when Alex was out as well. There's certain players in this squad, especially Reece James, I thought today, that need to have a serious long look at themselves when they get back, that are meant to be in senior position roles in this squad, that are not spurring players on. Before that season gets started, something needs to change because there's not one bit of... Not 1 ounce of sort of leadership, passion or desire or leadership I see from these senior players in this squad at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we speak about Gallagher being sold for footballing reasons, and I suppose technically we are right. He doesn't fit into Maresca's system technically, but you just spoke about passion. He's one of the players that showed that. So yet again, another player that we've got rid of that had something that we needed. And even if he wasn't a starter, having that player around the squad would bring you a little bit more passion. Let's move on. Let's talk about something that we've really enjoyed actually over the past few weeks.
Well, that's the end of the stream anyway.
Well, we've enjoyed not watching fucking Chelsea the last few weeks, mate.
Romeo Lavia. I think he's been one of the few bright sparks that has consistently impressed. And for me, he absolutely deserves a starting place on the first game of the season against Man City. He's just levels ahead of a lot of the other players, and God knows what would happen if we didn't have him in midfield, because he is the glue for what we do up the pitch and also helps us out defensively as well.
100%, and not quite much his defensive work. I just think the way he passes that ball forward and he breaks the lines every single time. And how many times that we got onto the counter just through him being brave to get that ball forward. It's not like it's sideways and backwards. The intent's always there with Lavia, and he can also carry the ball exceptionally as well. So 100%, he is the first name on that midfield score and that team sheet, let's say, going into the City game. So fair play to him, and from what he's done in his pre-season, can he continue to do it in the season? Because he was missed last year. You know, we played 45 minutes all year. Very unlucky, but it's a new start for him. It's a new season. He's only going to get better. He's still a young lad. So much to come from him, and today
if you start to think if the players around him sort of, you know, put their ideas up, something really special could sort of happen.
It's looking good, and he's been one good thing from this pre-season, as well as Madueke. He was good today, scored a goal, and Kinky. So 3 players that have really impressed me, but the rest of it, mate, is shambolic. Mudryk again. I've just lost for words in most of these players at the minute. Sterling again. It's just the same shit, and we have to keep on believing in this project. We have to keep believing that these players are going to step up, but there's no signs of it happening anytime soon.
What tells you that this project is worth believing in?
Nothing. There's nothing at all. Like when you go and sell Gallagher, and you go and loan for Fofana, and you go and bring in another player, that's Manu, Sanu, whatever his name is, Samu. I don't care what his name is.
The striker from Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Omodurian. Yeah. So when you look at it from that angle, where we're selling players for profit and we're bringing in other players on the cheap, this is it. Like, I've got no belief that we're going to go and get Osimhen, we're going to go and get a Jimenez, we're going to go and get top Champions League recognised players. We're just going to go and sign the same players all the time, and it's the players that we've signed have been so underwhelming. They're just squad players at best. Like, how have these players improved what we've got now? Kieran Dewsbury, I can say, is one decent signing we've made. The rest of them, what are they going to bring to the table? So how can we believe?
Time will tell.
No. Time won't tell.
Time will tell if they're good or if they're not good enough.
Then we've
already seen that with a number of players, right?
Yeah.
Mudryk is just not living up to his potential. I mean, I had a lot of faith that he would do well. Me and you argued a lot about Mudryk.
Yeah.
And I was one of the people to defend him. But he does not look like he's improving whatsoever.
No.
Having said that, again, I think that this system takes time for anyone to develop under.
Yeah.
You know, in that case, we do need to be patient, but say it how we see it. I think Nkunku as well, playing at a 10, certainly an effective role. I'd be interested to see him in that position more consistently, especially working with Jackson. And if we did have Palmer in the 10, he could work together with him.
Yeah.
I think there'll be good link up that we haven't seen at all from some players, because they haven't even been on pre-season.
Attacking wise, I that's one part of the pitch, and I believe that we can go and do stuff this year, but there's no point having all these attacking flair players and creative players and go and getting Osimhen, players that can bang goals, when you're going to leak silly goals on a consistent basis. So, come on, man, it's not rocket science. Just the back line's got to change, because there's no point. Like, Palmer's going to come back. We could be 2-0 up. I have no faith that the team's going to put ball into the box and we're going to not react. And it's happened a lot last season. Like, how many goals did we concede last year from corners, crosses, players not reacting? So there's no point having these Palmers and Osimhens and players that we're talking about if it's going to be the same errors. So there's got to be balance, and there's no balance. It's like we've got a Lamborghini at front and the fucking old Mini at the back. It's just, there's no comparison. So things have got to change, and change quickly, mate, because this what we were. 1 week from the start, things have got to change.
Well, I don't, you know, it's mad. I don't see us signing a centre back. I really don't, and that's the concerning thing. I mean, let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think we need to do? Are we overreacting? Or is this a reoccurring theme that you think is actually becoming quite concerning, and is really going to hold back this Chelsea team from pushing towards anything important? Because no matter what we do at the top end of the pitch scoring goals, we can't keep the ball out of our own net. So let us know, guys. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video as well. And yeah, all the best.